Okay, we're working on the D shapes, moving them up and down the neck, okay? What's important about this is that we're talking about the D shape because we want a chord that can be moved up and down where the root is on the second string, okay? The root for a D chord is right here. Our ring finger is playing it. So we're going to talk about ring finger a lot because the ring finger is going to play the root of that chord, all right? For instance, if I want to play a D chord, ring finger goes on D. Put the other two fingers down to play a D chord. Okay, if you take that same ring finger and move it up to the note E on the second string, and then put those other two fingers down, you have an E chord. That sounds like an E chord. Okay, it's just in a different spot of the neck. All right, so ring finger was on E, then you played the rest of the chord, E chord. If you take your ring finger and find F on that second string, and then put the other two fingers down, you have an F chord. Same thing with G. Put your ring finger on G, put the other two fingers down, you have a G chord, and so on with A and B. Okay, so it's kind of fun to just grab a note, put the chord down, and mess around with it. That's for a major chord, though. All right, what happens if we have a minor chord? If we have a G minor or a B minor, we still want to play that D shape. Okay, so let's go back to the D shape. This ring finger was on D, and we played a major chord. But we want to have a minor chord instead, so we're going to do this. Okay, that shape is on the top of your page. We have a ring finger on D, middle finger is on this A now, and first finger is on F. Okay, but that shape makes a minor chord. So relative to the root being down on the second string, as that moves up and down, it's going to be that root name's minor chord. D, D minor. Move your ring finger to E, and put those other two fingers down to make a minor shape, and it's E minor. Okay, move your ring finger to F. Put a minor chord down, you have F minor, put your ring finger on G, put a minor shape down, and you have G minor, and so on to A and B. Okay, that B minor is going to be the one we want to do on Morning is Broken, so that'll be a good one to practice. All right. The hard part though is the sevenths, because when you're playing the root on the second string and you have a D shape, when you want to make it a seventh, we have to get rid of the root and play the note that's 2 frets behind it in order to include the seventh in it, okay? So we're actually sacrificing the root in order to hear the seventh. It still sounds cool. It sounds better when there's an open D, because now we have the root in the chord, but it's still the best way to do it. So the way I tell you to do it is ring finger plays the root. Okay, we want to include the note that's 2 frets behind it. Put your first finger down 2 frets behind it, and then put your other two fingers down to make that D7 shape. Okay, I practiced that a couple times. D, put your first finger down 2 frets behind it, and then put the other two fingers down to make a D7 shape. Okay, do it a bunch. Like, do that so it feels really good, because the next thing we're going to do is move it up and down the neck, all right? So, here's what we're going to do. Put your ring finger down on D, put your first finger 2 frets behind that note, and to play the seventh, and then put the other two fingers down. That's D7, okay? Put your ring finger down on E on that second string. Now put your first finger down 2 frets behind it, and then put the other two fingers down to play that seventh shape, and you have an E7, E7, all right? Put your ring finger down on F. Drop your first finger 2 frets behind it to play the seventh, and put your other two fingers down to play F7, F7, okay? Put your ring finger down on G, then drop your first finger 2 frets behind it. Now put your to grab the seventh, and now put your other two fingers down, and you have a G7, okay? Put your ring finger down on A, drop your first finger 2 frets behind it to play the seventh, and put the other two fingers down to play a seventh chord, and you have an A7, A7. Last one, put your ring finger down on B. Drop your first finger 2 frets behind it to play the seventh. Now put the seventh chord down, and you have a B7. Okay, that is the trickiest part about that is that you're putting a chord down and you can't see where the root is. So we're just trying to trick your eyes into doing that. All right, have fun with that, and I will see you next time. Bye.